Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good to see you guys. Looks like I missed a lot of things yesterday while I was in Ottawa at the Children's Hospital. And I just wanted to let you guys know it wasn't, that's why I put in the post. It's nothing serious. It's just a update visit with my daughter's pediatrician for some issues that she's having. It's nothing serious. So, but thank you all for, your well wishes and everything. I appreciate it. Katie, good morning. Donna Cat, good morning. Kate, good morning. And thank you. Good morning, Nana. CC Johnson, good morning. Yes, and you guys are going to be able to ask some questions, but I want to get through a few things first. I'll put some instructions on the screen when we're ready to do the questions, just so, because if you put them now while I'm going through some of the information that's come out, I'm not going to be able to see them when we get to the question time with the cards. Okay, so it's just a few things I want to get out there because it's new to me. I didn't see a lot of this stuff, you guys, until this morning. So, but we are going to get there. Like I promised, you guys are going to be able to ask some questions too. I got a few things that I've picked up too. I did do my morning polls this morning, so I want to share that with you too. And then we will get to the questions. Good morning, Lisa. Yes, it is getting crazy from what I'm seeing, and I still haven't caught up on everything, you guys. So it's always good to hear from you guys too. DK, good morning. Yes, get your questions ready, but don't put them in chat yet. I'll let you know when to start putting them in chat because there's a few things, like I said, I want to go over first, and I won't be able to scroll back far enough to be able to see your questions, okay? Good morning, Cheryl from Australia. Hello. There she is. Rose, you got to send me an email. I've got like 100 and something emails to get through to you guys. You guys are just awesome with sending me information and stuff. But like I said, I was at the Children's Hospital all day yesterday. I didn't get home till late. Snow, we've got tons of snow. We got over a foot of snow. I haven't even gone out and shoveled, you guys. I jumped right on this morning, tried to get myself up to date with a lot of things that were happening yesterday. I do have some video to show you guys and stuff like that. Then we can get into your questions, okay? So save your questions. Make sure you write them down. If you're like me and I'm going to forget, write them down so you don't forget. And we will get to the questions with the cards. But Rose, I need you to email me because we got to get this set up. Charlotte, hello, hello, hello. My granddaughter. Yeah, she just had, it's an ongoing problem she's had with her skin. And it was an appointment. And I was trying to get on the internet as much as I could, you guys, but it's difficult. It's difficult, especially in a hospital. There was people in the waiting room complaining, and it's like I walked up. You guys know I'm outspoken, right? So I'm going to show you guys something. Let me get this off the screen, and I'll show you what I did. This guy was sitting, like, mind you, he was there with his kid too. But he was complaining and complaining and complaining and complaining and complaining and complaining. And it's like the kids, like, here's the part of the waiting room. And over here, they have like little tables and play areas for the kids while they're waiting, right? Because it's a long wait there. And this guy's complaining, oh, all we get to do is stare at a blank wall. So I took a picture of this. Look at this. And you can see here, CHIO, that's Children's Hospital of Eastern Ontario. And they have this sign right here. See this? Kids come first. So I walked up to him and I showed him that. It's like, it's about the kids. It's not about you, bud. So yeah, she's doing good. Unspoken Butterfly, always good to see you. Thank you so much for all your support. I appreciate you so much. Everybody give a hello to Unspoken Butterfly. She's amazing. As are my mods. Please, round of applause for my mods too. I wish I had one of those things that you can put sounds on. I'm going to figure out how to do it. You guys know me in technology. Good morning, the Real Angel Girl. Good morning, good morning, good morning. T-Nell Hub. Yes, everything is good. Thank you, Lisa. And Rose says, good morning, beautiful family and friends. From Austin, Texas. Hello, Lori. Mummy Shimmer. Mummy Shimmer, it's you guys that get to ask the questions. And I'm going to get answers from the cards. So get your questions ready. Don't put them in chat yet, but get your questions ready when we start asking the questions. Put a capital Q beside it so I don't miss it. If you put them in now, you guys, I'm not going to be able to scroll back far enough to see them. Yeah, I've been getting that a lot. I've gotten so many emails and comments, you guys. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. People are keeping me up to date. I am so humbled by my subscribers and you guys and what you add to this channel. I couldn't be online yesterday, and you guys made sure, whether it was in the comments of the videos or emails, you guys made sure that, look at Willow, this is important. You got to look at this. So you guys are amazing. I can't stress it enough, and I'm so humbled. Thank you. And yes, there's so much of my reading that's coming out. And there's something else I want to tap in on. I'll share that with you guys in a minute. They finally took Nancy's car. Yes, I'm going to touch on that because I think I know what they were looking for when they went back yesterday. The waiting room, yeah. It's not bizarre. It's like Children's Hospital of Eastern Ontario. It is huge. Like this place, this is just like one waiting area. Like I can't stress how big this hospital is. Like you can even see here, clinics C3 to C5, the lab, max keeping wing. I don't know what that is, but anyway, like this hospital is huge. Okay. Like I remember going here when my son was born. I'm getting off topic. I got to stay on topic. my oldest son, he spent the first almost 6 months of his life in there with respiratory issues. So, and it's grown so much since then. He's 42 now. So, yes, hope everybody's having a good day. Hello, Tammy. I'm trying to get through as many of these as I can, you guys. Musky Girl. I wonder if the new cameras the FBI found and took will show anything. We're going to get into that too. Okay, Tony. Okay, I will try and remember that, Tony. And good morning, good morning, good morning. And I'm going to ask you guys, please don't mention other creators in the chat. There's a couple creators that I really don't care what they're saying because I don't agree with their tactics and their clickbaits and all that. So please, unless we're talking about them, please don't mention them in chat. They took Nancy's car after getting surveillance. Musky Girl says. Thank you, Kate. Good morning, Jules. Thank you, Tammy. Yeah, it started snowing when I was on my way home, so. I'm trying to get through the new ones here. Judy, thank you. I'm so glad I caught this. I'm looking forward to some answers all morning. We're going to get there. There's Ing. Good morning, Ing. Always good to see you, my love. Yeah. I was kind of shocked. Like, don't forget, you guys, I didn't see all this yesterday. So, okay, I think we're caught up. Ing, I hope I am praying for you. Prayer sent out to you with whatever it is that you're going through. I hope that you get better really soon. Spicy says Annie has dead eyes. Yeah, there was a lot that I seen. Like, and did you guys notice that? Let me just take this down. Did you guys notice when they did the whatchamacallit, when the three kids did their speech to the abductors or whatever, the son-in-law wasn't there, and Annie just looked like, I don't know. I've got my own feelings. Okay, so let me get this up, you guys. I think it's this one. Hang on. Let's just share the entire screen. Let me get my headphones on, because there are a couple videos, you guys, that I want to go over first. And this is one of them. Okay, so let's take a little listen to this. There's a little bit of this I want to listen to, and then there's a couple other ones, and then we're going to get into the questions where you guys can ask the questions. Okay, now what I wanted to bring out before we watch this, I got my notes here and I don't got my glasses on. I'm just a hot mess this morning, you guys. Now, they went back yesterday afternoon. They went back twice yesterday, in the afternoon and then at night, right? They went back and took the car at night, but they were there in the afternoon. And it looks like that they took a camera, or I'm really wondering if once they had gone the first time to Nancy's place, if the FBI had put a camera up hoping to catch something, because I don't know how they would have missed that, right? So, the thing I have written down here, did the last ransom note say something about where her keys were thrown? Okay. Also, another question I have is, this Uber thing is really, really bothering me, you guys. Okay. And I'm thinking, why would they let Nancy take an Uber to their place that's only like 5-minute drive down the road, right? Why would they get her to take an Uber? Everybody says, oh, well, maybe she's trying to be independent and this, that. Wait a minute, you guys. You got to remember that Savannah had said the mother has a hard time walking, right? The mother has a hard time walking. I know Uber drivers. You're going to trust an Uber driver to help get your ailing mother into an Uber and then have to get her out of the Uber? Why did she have to take an Uber? Was it because somebody from the Annie and Tomamas or whatever his name is weren't there? Right? This is my mind thinking, okay? And this is only my opinion. Did she have to take an Uber because the car wasn't there? Was the son-in-law gone somewhere? Right? This is my theory, okay? I want you to keep it in mind. We're going to ask the questions, but I want you to keep this in mind because it's bothering me and I need to tell you guys. To me, it's like she had no other choice but to take an Uber because the vehicle wasn't there. Or, he wasn't there. Annie was there. She couldn't leave for kids or whatever the excuse that they use. This is in my mind, okay? And from what I'm getting from my cards. So, did she have to take an Uber because the son-in-law wasn't there to leave to go and get her? Now, where was he? This is in my mind, and these are the questions I'm asking. Did he go and wait? Because we know the Circle K by Annie and her husband's house is an issue right now, right? So did he wait at the Circle K to see Annie or to see Nancy go by in the Uber? And then did he go to Nancy's house and get that car out of the garage? Okay. Like, did they check to see? I know they checked and they said that the garage door was open at 9:48 or something and closed at 9:50. So she went in through the garage. Well, if she went in through the garage and the back door was wide open, why is there blood? The picture you see in front of you now, why is there blood at that door where the camera was, right? Keep this all in mind. So to me, it's like there's several things that could have happened. I think he wasn't home to go and get Nancy and bring her to their house. I think when he seen that Uber go by, he left and went to Annie's, took the car out of the garage and parked it like maybe in the back or on the side. Right? Are they sure of the time that Annie got home? Right? Because was that him maybe putting the car back in at that time that they've got the 9:50 or 9:48? Because I'm wondering if he drives her back to the house, right? Something happens at that front door. I think she goes to go in the front door. Why would she go through the garage when she's got a front door, right? I think he helps her get out of the car at the front door. And we know how dark it is there, right? We've heard all the reporters say how dark it is out there. He's behind her, smashes that camera or takes that camera, and something happens at that front door. He comes out, puts her in Nancy's car that he's already taken out of the garage earlier, goes and disposes her somewhere and comes back. And that's when they see that garage opening at that time. He jumps in his car and he goes home. That's just my thought, right? And if that's so, maybe he didn't want to go back in the house, right? So maybe he tossed the keys somewhere. So is that what was in the last letter? Well, you want to know if she's alive? I'm going to tell you here. I tossed the keys for that car somewhere. Is that what they were looking for yesterday afternoon? Right? That's what I'm wondering. Because they took that car for a reason, right? After the next letter. And I believe that he wasn't home. He waited for her to get there in the Uber. He went, took the car out of the garage, put it somewhere where she couldn't see it. And that garage incident that they have, maybe it's him putting the car back in the garage, getting in his own car and going back home. Right? He did something to her and took her away in her own car and tossed the keys for the car somewhere. Was that what they were looking for in the bushes or whatever? Did that note say, well, I'm going to tell you, here's more proof that we got her. I tossed the keys. They can't show her because I think she's already gone. I don't know who's sending the letters. Is he working with somebody else? I'll split the money with you. I don't know. But this is what's going on in my head right now, right? So we're going to find out. Okay, so fraudulent people are sending letters. Yeah, it could also be that somebody else was trying to take advantage of this because they've already arrested somebody who wasn't involved that sent fake crap, right? This could be anything, you guys. But it's just really odd that that car is now gone. Why didn't they take it before? You know what I mean? They're looking for the keys, maybe? I think we're going to find out really soon. Okay? Okay, so let's get into this, and I'm going to comment on some of this because it's making a lot of sense. So let me turn up the volume so you guys can all hear, and let's listen to this.
Jessica, thanks so much for coming on. You've read this new message. First of all, did it provide any proof of life that the family's been asking for?
No, it did not.
Did it say anything at all about Nancy's condition?
I can't go into those details.
See? They cannot show proof of life because she's not alive, you guys.
But clearly the FBI is now swarming Nancy's house, especially in the backyard area. Was there anything in this newest message that would direct FBI to go look or find something?
I could be wrong.
We're not releasing details of what is contained in the email out of respect for the family, other than what you saw in Mary's social post, which actually the reporter also mentioned as well about the IP address.
But the key is we just saw that video from Cameron Guthrie last night at this exact time. The night before that, we had the video from...
Do you guys not find that weird too? The family comes out with a statement, something's done. He comes out with a statement, there's something done. It's weird. And it's also weird that, like I had put in my post, you guys, who sends a ransom with, you got until Friday? If that doesn't work for you, that's my commentary. We'll go with Monday. You know what I mean? Like, it's so odd.
All three of the Guthrie siblings with Savannah, Annie, and Cameron all asking repeatedly, urgently for proof of life. And you're saying this newest email does not provide that.
This newest email is something that I believe the FBI will need to look into without any interference. And so what we did the first time that we received the note, which is immediately send it to investigators and not report on it. And when we were able to speak with the...
Barb says they always tow vehicles if evidence. Yeah, but why didn't they tow it before? Why did they wait till now? There's a reason.
The sheriff's office, and they decided to put out a statement jointly with the FBI. Then we were able to confirm that, yes, we did receive a second note.
When did you get that? What time was that?
That was about 11:45 this morning.
And apparently you've been saying, Mary Coleman, who was on the show last night, your anchor, your evening news anchor, said that it's from a different IP address than the first one, but it still appears to be from the same person?
Yes. So what we have done is shared the information that we have. So the notes were both sent through our news tip system. So it does not need to come from a personal email address. You fill out a form. So through what we are able to do, you know, in our back end with our website and our technology that we have here, we're able to make sure that the FBI has as much information as we can provide about where the email came from. But it is not from, you know, a certain.
I'm going to ask again, you guys, please do not mention other channels, other people, unless we are talking about it.
Email address. You just fill it out, you put your name in there, you put what your email address is, but it's not, you know, it's not showing that it is coming from that email address. So the IP address information that we sent to them is, like I said, that it is not the same address, but it does seem to trace back to a similar cloaking software.
And it sounds the same in tone and tenor?
It's hard to tell. You know, there's sentences, sentence structure, but we're also doing a lot of reporting of our own today about how with digital notes, you know, this isn't a piece of paper with magazine letters cut out or anything. It's hard to tell, you know, with things coming through digitally, is it assisted by AI? Is it, you know, written by the same person? It's very difficult to tell.
And did this message have an email address on it?
Yes, our form does require that you put a name, an email address, and a birth date.
See, and with that, you guys, just because they put an email or email address, whatever, it doesn't mean that it is a true. Anybody can make up a fake email address, right? So let's keep that in mind.
And so both of the notes had that, but they were not the same as each other, the two notes.
So they were different. The name, email address, and birth dates were different on the two notes. Were they?
Right. Like I said, it's just a form, so you can just type it in. There's no way to verify that.
You can put in Roger Rabbit and yeah. Okay. Yeah. Is this commonly known that people can get messages to you this way, in a way in which they don't have to reveal their name, their email address?
It's a system that we use, and we've had it on our website for years. What I'll say is that it's usually not used in this way, right? I mean, usually people do want us to be able to contact them. Hey, I have a news tip for you. Please call me at this number or email me back at this address. And
see, and that's another thing, you guys, that I find weird, is that they're contacting news instead of the family directly. Obviously, we've seen that people, fake ones, have contacted the family directly. So why didn't these people contact the family directly, right? They're going through all these different channels, changing emails, changing IPs, maybe using phone numbers like the VOID or whatever they are, and using what's that other thing that's called, where you can use an internet IP address from somewhere else and stuff like that. Like somebody's knows what they're kind of doing here, right? But they've also messed up a couple times. So let's continue.
And then we say, oh, okay, here, would you like to talk to us about your news tip? So it's not usually an issue, but yes, that is the case, is that you can.
Lisa C says, I think that cell towers, well, not if they've left their cell phone at home.
Fill out the form however you'd like. In fact, some people do send in anonymous news tips, and I couldn't tell you why, but that may be one of the reasons why our system works that way, so that a person could send in an anonymous news tip. But then, you know, like I said, it's just depends upon if they leave a way that we can then contact them back, you know, and in a normal situation, they would want us to. In this situation, clearly they don't.
If you have determined that the names are fake, what are the two names that were used in the two notes?
We're not sharing those details out of respect for the investigation.
I don't know where you heard that, Karen, but Karen said, I think the new note, you think the new note said. We don't know what the new note said. And there's ways of taking photos in front of a white wall or whatever. No, I don't think that at all.
In the family.
Male or female?
It's not, one of them isn't even a name.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
The
they just
first
filled in the space. It wasn't just a first and last name. They just put words in the space.
just put random words.
You hear that?
The first note from the alleged
So they were supposed to put their first and last name. They just put letters.
kidnappers went to two Tucson TV stations as well as TMZ. Do you know if you're the only one to get the second note?
We were the only ones to receive the first one on Monday evening. I believe TMZ and the other TV station received it the next day. As far as we know today, we are the only ones to receive this
Thank you,
email.
Kate.
So perhaps, I don't know, do you know if the other Tucson television station uses a system similar to the one you use?
I don't know that answer.
Were there any other threats made against Nancy Guthrie or any other ultimatums issued in this note?
No, we are not calling this a ransom note. I'm not sure if that's why the FBI is not calling it a ransom note, but we are calling it a message because no further demands were.
You see that? They're calling it a message. Like, whoever is sending these notes, messages, ransom crap, whatever they want to call it, it's somebody that knows which buttons to push. And like she just said, these aren't demands, they're messages. Almost like F around and find out, right? I'm going to say that they know the buttons to push. How do they know that? Right? You got to think about these things.
Made.
Did the message offer any way?
And yes, they can't send a photo because she's no longer with us, you guys. But they're going to use whatever excuse they can. Generally, when you've got a ransom out there and they ask for proof of life, we'll give you the money, send us proof of life, you send it. But these people aren't.
For the Guthrie family to communicate?
No.
Did this latest message offer any proof that they are in fact the kidnappers and not somebody like the man appearing in court today in Los Angeles, a random sicko who decides this is a great way to try and take advantage of people's grief?
I don't know about proof that they actually have her. But like your reporter was saying, the new note does contain something that it appears that the senders seem to think will prove to investigators that at least they're the same people who sent the first note. Though, like I said, it doesn't necessarily indicate that it is that it is the people who have her as opposed to a hoax.
And then finally, I know that I'm about to talk to somebody from TMZ who got the first note as well, that they had said that there was something in that message that made it seem to them that whoever is sending this is still in the Tucson area. Did you see something like that?
See? She's on it here. I think, you guys, that they're very close. Very close. I know I seen something on TMZ too that said, oh, we need a couple days to bring her back, right? Well, of course they're going to say something like that. They don't want you to know they're right there. They want you to start searching elsewhere. They want to get you as far away from this area as possible, right? Like, come on.
I would agree with that statement.
You would. Can you elaborate at all?
So let's listen to that again.
Did you see something like that?
Wait.
I know that I'm about to talk to somebody from TMZ who got the first note as well, that they had said that there was something in that message that made it seem to them that whoever is sending this is still in the Tucson area. Did you see something like that?
I would agree with that statement.
You would. Can you elaborate at all?
I cannot elaborate at all.
Okay. Jessica, I really appreciate you joining us tonight, news director from KOLD News 13.
Okay, so that's the first one, okay? This is KOLD. This is where these messages have been sent. They didn't ask for anything else. They didn't demand anything else. They didn't threaten anything else. It was a message. And I agree with the interviewer here that no, they're not miles and miles and miles and miles and away, right? Harvey had said something about, oh, they could be 50 miles away because they need some time to bring her back. Of course, they're going to say something like that. Of course, they're going to want you to think that way, right? They don't want you to know they're right there. Hell, she could be in a house right out behind. Not saying she is. You know what I mean? Okay, so let's go to the next one I want to share with you guys. This one here. Because this is really interesting, okay? We know that the big guy's gotten involved and had sent every available source out to this case. Let's see, Karen in Texas says they're just stringing them along. Yeah, so they can figure exactly. You guys are smart. That's exactly what they're doing. It's like, we saw it, and I can guarantee you guys, whoever sent the ransom, do this or else, right? They want the money. That's what they want. They want money. They thought because Savannah is so rich that they would just pay the money to get their mother back. They didn't know, and they didn't think that this was going to go on as long as it has. They thought that they would just get the money so they could get their mother back. And you know what? They're not going to get her back anyway, because I don't believe she's with us. Oh, she's scared. Like, come on. Like, they're pulling at heartstrings, right? Okay, threatening them by Friday, 5 p.m., give us this Bitcoin money or else, right? It didn't happen. So what did they do next? Pulling at the heartstrings. Well, yeah, she's here, but she's scared. She's not well and she's scared. She's whatever. Pulling at the heartstrings some more. Like, if the threat of the or else didn't work for them to send you the Bitcoin, do you think she's scared is going to get them to send you the money? Right? And there's a reason why they want it this way. So it's untraceable, or pretty damn near untraceable. And that's why I think we're going to be in for one hell of a shock, you guys. Yeah, never thought the FBI would show up. Does the pacemaker send signals to the doctor's office or just the app on the phone? It sends anything. The thing with the pacemaker, you guys, it doesn't have GPS on it. If that heart monitor is connected to the app, it has to be within a certain distance to her phone, so it can continue to send messages to maybe her healthcare provider. It has to be near her phone. She's got the app on her phone that's connected to the pacemaker, right, by Bluetooth. So it has to still connect to her phone for that information to even get to her healthcare providers. And they said that around 2 something in the morning, it disconnected from her phone. But it doesn't have any GPS. Yeah. They sure in the hell weren't expecting President Trump to get involved in this, right? Okay, so let's go there. Yeah. Let's go there. Okay, here we are. We're going to listen to what he says, okay? And I think what he says is telling us exactly what I said in my read 4 days ago. I said, I think this is going to be over by the weekend. Okay, let's listen.
have some things I think that will maybe come out reasonably soon from DOJ or FBI or whoever that could be
Suspect?
yeah, could be definitive. A lot's taken place in the last couple of hours. A lot of things have happened with regard to that horrible situation in the last couple of hours.
And we begin with break.
Okay, so you see that? For him to say, yeah, it's going to come to an end soon, he thinks so. Yeah. Right?
Breaking news. According to President Donald Trump tonight, you just heard the search for Nancy Guthrie is making progress, with much happening in just the last couple of hours. Good evening, everybody, and thanks for joining us. I'm Sean Mooney. It comes as a car was towed from the Guthrie residence tonight. Now, Nancy Guthrie was last seen in her home in the Catalina foothills on Saturday night near Skyline and Campbell. And a lot of activity still happening there this evening. News 4 Tucson's Monica Garcia is there.
Okay, so this was last night, you guys. Lisa O'Keefe says, I believe it's someone who knew the home. You had to have known the layout of that home. Right? Yes, please be respectful in chat. Otherwise, the mods are going to give you a warning by muting you for a couple minutes. And then after that, you will be blocked. I don't want to have to put this on subscribers only. Hopefully you are subscribed. But let's be respectful. Everybody can have their opinions, but let's be respectful, please. Like, we do have people in here that think that, okay, sorry, Vicky, for putting you on the spot, girl. But here you are. Like Vicky. Vicky says, does anyone feel it could be property, handyman, or company, even if the brother-in-law is involved? I think it property contractor who took her. Good comment, Vicky. Thank you for your comment. I don't agree with it, but I respect your opinion. And everybody has their right to their own opinion, okay? So let's not attack each other. Let's attack the evidence. Let's attack what's happening there. Let's not attack each other, okay? We're each entitled to our opinion. Just please do it respectfully. If you don't agree with me, you can say that respectfully. If you don't agree with Vicky, you can say it, but say it respectfully, please. That's all I ask. This is a safe place for everybody. And please do not mention other channels. So I'm going to instruct the mods. If you see anything that's inappropriate, get rid of it. Yes, let's agree to disagree. We can agree. We can disagree. Everybody's opinion matters, right? Let's just be respectful, please. Okay, so let's continue here. This is
right now with the latest. Monica, what can you...
This is last night, you guys. Okay, and they were trying to see if the license plate on the back of the truck was the same as Nancy's car plate. It is. I got the license plate. Where did I write it? See, here we go again. My scattered brain, you guys. I wrote it. Where did I write it? Oh my gosh. On the back of the truck, I seen some of the first part of the license plate and some of the last. And in the first part of the license plate, like there's 3 or 4 letters, and then there's a space, and then some letters and numbers. The last of the first 3 or 4 was AA. And then the last ones were 4VD, which is Nancy's license plate. Okay, let's watch.
Tell us.
Well, Sean, I can tell you it's very much still an active scene out here, as a lot is still unfolding, and very quickly. We know that investigators, including the FBI and deputies, have been going door to door to neighbors, a sort of a renewed search, asking the neighbors if they know anything. What's interesting is that we know that they've done this before. We know that they've been out here. They've investigated this house before. They've searched.
Okay, so this tells you something. If they're going back to the neighbors again and re-asking questions, There's a reason for it. It's because now they've got some more information and they want to go back to these neighbors that already gave some information to see if what they say is going to click, right? And maybe get them to remember something else. And like I said, look at even behind you, you guys. Look up here. And this is with like this reporter. I'm sure they got lights and everything on her. You can't see if there's even a house back here. That's how dark it is. Okay, so let's go.
The house before, but it's a renewed effort. The timing that was interesting because all of this coming after that second note or a message that they're calling it was received by the Pima County Sheriff's Department, allegedly, reportedly by the kidnapper, we possibly believe. And all of this happening right behind me. So I'm going to step aside to give you an idea where we're at. We're about half a block as Jacob zooms in from Nancy Guthrie's residence. And then around 8 p.m., and I know that we have video of this, a car.
Do you see how hard it is to see, you guys? You've got tons of cops here with their lights on and everything. You can see in the kind of in the whoever's truck this is, the rearview mirror, all the lights from the news pointed this way. And look at, you still can barely see, like her house is here somewhere. We can't see it.
Believed to have belonged to Nancy Guthrie was towed by authorities from her home right here in the foothills during the course of the FBI's crime scene processing. You see it right there. Video records showed that the car being taken from Nancy's residence, we saw it here, was previously seen in her garage.
So there is her car right there. That's as it's leaving. I've got another vehicle of a reporter that was in front of the truck, and that's how I got the license plate.
And believed to have belonged to her. So that's what they towed away around 8 o'clock, so about 2 hours ago, as they were out here investigating.
And to me, it's like, why didn't they do this right from the hop? Were they looking for the keys and couldn't find the keys? Is that what was in the note yesterday? We tossed the keys in the bush or whatever, and now they're taking the car?
So that's an additional piece that they're doing out here today, something we haven't seen before. This all comes after law enforcement, including multiple agencies, returned this afternoon around 4 o'clock for that renewed search of the house. And again, the timing following a message received believed to possibly have been sent by the kidnapper, which Pima County Sheriff's Department confirmed to us that they are investigating. Investigators confirmed they're aware of that new message and they're actively reviewing it. We're also learning law enforcement followed up on a tip involving a possible vehicle at a local Circle K. That's enough.
Okay, so there it is right there. They're following up on a tip about a car that was at that Circle K. I'm going to show you the map, okay? After we watch this, I'm going to show you the map of where that Circle K is. And like I said, it's like, did he wait at that Circle K to see Nancy go by in the Uber and then go back to her house, take her car to the garage so he could use that to dispose of her? I don't know. But it seems quite possible. Yes, I do have that plea.
Another piece of interesting information that we received today, that Circle K is something new to us. Where officers reviewing surveillance video. Authorities stress it's unclear whether that tip is connected to the case, but they have to look into it. So this comes, of course, as President Trump, as you just mentioned.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of red herrings in this, Marilyn. Marilyn says the red herring. I think there's a lot of red herrings in this, and it is to make everybody think that they are not right there in that area. Okay? And it's kind of working, because we got TMZ saying, oh, it could be 50 miles away and they need time to get her back, because apparently in one of the notes it said they'll need time once they get the ransom. They will need time to get her back to the area. Why would they say that? If I'm a kidnapper, I'm not going to give you any indication where I am, right? Why would they say that? Because they want you to think that they are far outside the area. They want you to stop looking, like they're getting scared. Stop looking around this area where she went missing, because you might find us, right? Odd.
mentioned, Sean has said that he expects to have answers in this case soon. And then let's talk again about that critical timing. The critical timing, of course, is this deadline and that alleged reported ransom note that says it was yesterday was the first deadline. We passed that, unclear what was supposed to happen. But then Monday, there's that new deadline at 2 p.m. So we're still waiting for that new deadline of this alleged ransom note. So critical timing here. And then I must say the FBI has been telling us, they've been posting all these billboards, digital billboards with Nancy Guthrie's face and that $50,000 reward, which we know is going all across the state of Arizona, as well as surrounding states, as we hope to get closer to finding Nancy Guthrie. Live from the foothills, Sean, I'm Monica Garcia. Back to you.
All right, thank you for that, Monica. A lot of pieces now out there and new information as soon as we learn more.
Okay, so there's the tip line, you guys. Okay, so let me get rid of that one. Let me get rid of this one. Let me get rid of this one because I don't want my computer to crash, you guys. Okay, so I'm going to show you. I promised you right after that video I would show you. And I guess you're going to see where I think she is going to be found. And this is from the readings I did, the tips that you guys gave me, what came out in my reading. I'm going to just hone in here. Okay, let me share this. Hang on, you guys. Here we go. Okay. Let me just see some of your comments here. And the border is so close. Yes, the border is close. The border is 60 miles. So it's like, where am I saying that? Yeah, stalling again. Okay, so this is what I want to show you guys, okay? Right here. So this over here is where Nancy lives, right here. We'll hone in on it. This is where her daughter and husband live. And this is the Circle K. So from Nancy's place to Annie and her husband's place is, let's change this, length, let's change it, 2 miles. It is 2.68 miles. 2.68 miles. And then let's do this one. From Annie's house to the Circle K is 0.48 miles. And that's what I mean, you guys. It's like, it's almost like, I feel like he was sitting here because they would have to come in this way. If you look at the map, let me just put on street view. To get over here, the shortest possible route is coming down through here, right? Across here, up here like this, and down to go over here. Because there's only this way or this way. So if you come this way and you could follow this up so you can get to this road that would lead to her house, like half of these roads stop. Excuse me. Half of these roads stop. So you have to get to one of these main roads, right? So either they left here, they came down here like this and over this way and up to get to Annie's, or they went this way. They could go down through here and up and over. You know what I mean? They would have to come out to this road here and one of these main roads here. So here or here. What's the quickest way? Is this way here. Is coming leaving, coming up around here, down through here, across, up and around like this is the quickest way to get there. Or even coming out, coming down this way, across, and then up to her house. Right? And do you guys, let me see in the chat, do you guys want to see where I feel she was taken and dumped? Because remember in my read, I said I was getting a park where water should be and where, but it isn't. And she's where she shouldn't be. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't a place that she would go. It's not behind a restaurant. It's not, you know, like, you want to see? Okay, so here is Nancy's house. And don't forget, I think, in my opinion, from my reads, he used her car to dispose. So he probably left his car there, disposed of her. And when we see, I don't know, because I feel like she's down here. Here is this park, right? And there's nothing around. I think she's in this area here somewhere. Because if you go down to this, like, look at, let's go down. If you go down here, you could park anywhere here, and all you'd have to do is carry her across this bike and walking path and throw her in there. You can't see, it's all bush. Now, I'm told that this is a wash. And the only time it fills up with water, and you can see how dense it is. Look at even on the other side. And it's just as dense on this side. He could have parked right here, walked across this. It isn't as wide as it looks here. I'll show you again on the map. He could have parked right here. I tried to look for cameras over here. Let's go and see that. And it doesn't look like there is any, right? Look at, he could have parked right here and walked across here and dumped her anywhere along here. It is so thick with bush. Smoker lady. You know what? Piss off. You don't like it? Don't. Oh, just piss off. Here. How's that? Anyway, he could have parked right here and walked across his path. And here's that rail, right? Or is this the path? This is the path. And just dumped her all along in here somewhere. You know what I mean? That's my thoughts, you guys. And it's only my thoughts. It's only my opinion. This isn't verified. This isn't facts. It's my opinion and my opinion only. It fits this area, and I was drawn to it right away. I thought near the bridge at first, but then I seen park, Rutillo Park. And I said, wait a minute, a park come out. So when I went down to look at this, even if you go like in the parking area, you can see, let's go over here to the parking area. Okay, why won't it let me go there? There we go. So here's the parking area. Look at how dense it is, you guys. So like anywhere along here, he could have parked. See how close that is from the parking? And it's all bush down in there. You'd never see her unless you were down in there and looking. Look at how thick that bush is. It says by a racetrack on a Saturday night. Don't forget, this is like 2:30 in the morning. It's not like it was at 9 o'clock at night, right? So, let's go back to the Circle K. This Circle K is right here. So here's where Annie and her husband live. And this is the Circle K that they are at for whatever reason. It looks like there's a convenience store and a gas station. Yeah, we've heard nothing about a will or anything like that. Let's keep it to the facts, you guys. So, see, I put right there, possible area like this. So it's going to be something like that where she's going to be found. Okay, so let's get to the last one that I have. Is this one here. I do have, let me know in the chat, you guys, if you want to see the vehicle being towed, because I do have those too. But let's listen to this one here. Okay, let's listen to this one here. Thank you again, Kate. Positive Vibes got a free membership. Thank you, Kate. You are awesome. Okay, so here we go. Let's listen to this one, you guys.
Mentioned where the watch was, the placement of the watch in the house. And that's not something that was out there.
So this all occurred at 2 o'clock in the morning. You can wear your Apple Watch to monitor your sleep, but at some point in the day, you've got to charge it. So was she asleep with it on a charger? Did she have it on her person? Apparently, there's reference to that in the ransom note that would lend some credibility to it. What do you think?
You know, it's tough to say because some of the information initially that we thought only was available.
Okay, so what I want to say is right here, you guys, they were on the roof of this place and everything yesterday when they went back yesterday afternoon, not when they went back to get the car, but yesterday afternoon. It looked like they took a camera from up here or something from up here. They were going in and out here. They also went on this roof up here too. They were over in the area over here. So it's interesting. They also looked in all these bushes along here as if they were looking for something that was thrown. Could that have been the keys for her car? Just asking. Let's continue.
To law enforcement was out there to the public, and this letter didn't come right after she was kidnapped. It took some time, and whoever created this ransom note could have scraped the internet, could have looked through media reports and tried to put together information that seemed like that they had information on the inside of the crime scene, inside that house. And like you said, we charge, you know, anybody who wears an Apple Watch is pretty much charging it every night. So that is a routine behavior that almost every Apple Watch user is going through. And so it's not too far of a stretch of imagination to predict that type of behavior.
As far as the information that's provided so far, Callahan, what are you more curious about that you have not gotten any detail on?
Mine has been the whereabouts of the medication. There's been conflicting reports, and just very few of them, on where that medication is. We know her wallet was left in the home, her cell phone, her purse, and we do know that she needed this vital medication. But where is that medication? If this is someone who took Nancy that is close to her and was planning to ransom her, they need her alive. And so if that medication...
See, he just made a really good point there. Was the medication taken? They need her alive, right? For this ransom. Why have they not shown proof of life? Because she's not alive. That's why.
It was not found in the home and was taken by the abductors. Perhaps that indicates someone knew her intimately, knew that she had this medical condition, and knew to keep her alive they would need to have that medication. So that's been one big thing for me. I just have...
See, and what he said right there, it's somebody that knew her, right? She's not good. If it if it's what he's saying, it's somebody that knew intimately that she needed this medication, blah, 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 right? Somebody that she knew. Well, if it's somebody that she knew, even if they get the money, she's not going to be left alive, because then she can tell you who did it. Either way, you guys, right? She's not going to be found alive. I think she's already gone. From what my reads have said, she's already gone. And even if, like what he just said, they knew she needed this medication to keep her alive, if that was the case, if that's the case, they're still not going to leave her alive or bring her back, because then she's going to be able to tell you who did it.
I haven't gotten clear answers on whether that medication was actually found in the home.
Yeah, and in terms of whether or not she took it with her, if she didn't take it with her and she needs it, and there aren't any heart medications that I know that if you don't have them for 24 hours, you're going to die. I mean, over time, yeah, if you've got high blood pressure, you need to keep that up. If you're taking antiarrhythmics, a few days out, you might start to get some arrhythmias. But if you're a kidnapper and you're trying to replenish that, you're going to have to get it from a pharmacy, and for that, you're going to need a prescription, unless you've got some doctor who you can call in to give it to you, or unless you're in Mexico and you can just go get it from the local pharmacy. So in terms of keeping her medicated to the point where her health is restored and she stays vigorous, you've got to get a hold of that medication, Callahan.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I think initial reports made it seem like she needed it within 24 hours or she was going to die. Now, we've learned that that's not likely the case. It would take several days. But if the abductors, again, they have these multiple deadlines, they know they may have to have her for an extended period of time. And going out to a pharmacy, that just, you know, anytime an abductors have to go out into the real world and make purchases or be seen by security cameras is exposure for them. That's a liability. So it would be easiest for them to just grab the medication from the home and keep it with them. But we'll see. I mean, there's been so many twists and turns in this case with very little positive resolution. Right now, you know, anything is still a possibility. Goodness gracious.
I mean, it's a long time for somebody like that to be away from their home, their medicines, everything.
Exactly.
It's just obviously, it's scary stuff. Thank you so much, Callahan, for joining us.
Thanks, Callahan. Appreciate it.
Okay, so that's it there. So let's see here. Let me just go and check some. I've been trying to check comments, you guys, as much as I can, but I'm also paying attention because I'm seeing a lot of this for the first time too. Like I said, I was gone all day yesterday and couldn't, so I'm catching up on things as you guys are. Arcado says, unless she has severe high blood pressure, she could have had a stroke if she didn't take it. Possible. They don't want ransom if they were begging public to contact them. I don't know what that means. Could very well with the dirt on the tires. I know that they can do a lot of stuff like that. I wouldn't say that there was a fatal injury there. Owl's a hootin'. I like that name. That's cute. I don't think there was a fatal injury there. There wasn't enough, unless there is tons that we haven't seen inside the home. What was seen on the front porch isn't enough to say that that was something fatal. Some pacemakers connect to the GPS in your phone, so if you have a heart attack and it fails, it'll dispatch. I don't think I've never heard of that. I know that the pacemaker itself has no GPS on it, none, or they would have found her already by now. What happens is the pacemaker sends the data that the pacemaker is doing to the phone, to an app on the phone. It's not to a GPS. It's not stuff like that. And I don't believe it can call 911. We've heard nothing that says that they could do that unless it's a specific kind of pacemaker, but they haven't said anything about that. But the thing is, I'm going to put this to rest. Her cardiologist would know if she's alive or not. They monitor the pacemaker, but the cardiologist can't get the information from her pacemaker unless it's connecting to her phone. It has to be connecting to the app that she has on her phone, which they said it stopped connecting at 2 something in the morning. And then from her phone, that's how the cardiologist or whatever use that same app, or has the login for her app, or it's connected to her cardiologist through her phone. If her phone is not getting the information, her cardiologist cannot get the information. It stopped connecting to her phone. So nobody can get any information from that pacemaker right now because it has to be connected to her phone, to the app that's on her phone. Did the kidnappers go back in the house? I doubt that very much. I doubt that very much. Right. Cards Hop says, once the pacemaker stops, the cardiologist can't monitor it. Once that pacemaker stops connecting to her phone, nobody can monitor it. It has to be connected to the app on her phone for anybody else to be able to see it. And there's Rose. Yes, Rose. Rose's partner has a pacemaker, and she's telling you right there. 100% correct. I think Cornelius, if you want my honest opinion, I don't think that they thought it would go this far. Because of Savannah's wealth, I think that they thought that they would have paid it right away. They have no intentions of Nancy coming home alive because Nancy would be able to tell them who did it. They thought that they would get this money because of Savannah having the funds and able to do so. And that would be it, right? Yes, I know that the daughter Annie and her husband had just bought a $650,000 house. I don't know how, but they did. Karen, Texas says, I think the sheriff is out of his league on this. He had no idea how to investigate this since they have very low crime rate in the area. See, that's another hint right there. There's very low crime rate in this area. This is personal, you guys. This is personal. Why her house? Right? Why her house? Apparently it's a very rich area. Why her house? Out of all the others, why her house? Good morning, Tanya. I'm so trying to keep up. The chats are just flying by here. I'm trying to keep up as I'm so far behind you guys. Goodbye, Doggy Styles. Whether I smoke or not is not the issue here. Like, piss off, okay? So what? I'm a smoker. It's my right. That's not what we should be concentrating on right now. We should be concentrating on what's going on with this 84-year-old grandmother. Asshole. And my chat just, oh, I just lost chat. Okay, hang on a sec, you guys. I don't know why. Okay, now I only got, hang on. Okay. I just got chat. Wendy says, I smoke too. Yeah. Woohoo. I respect both smokers and non-smokers. If you don't like my voice, go somewhere else. I'm not here to impress you guys. I'm here to try and bring you some information. I'm focusing on her. I'm not even focused on having a cigarette right now. I like that. Don't piss me off because today's not the day. I'm usually pretty tame and very polite. I'm tired. I had a long day yesterday. I'm not in the mood. Ed says, neighbor said someone was casing the neighborhood. Maybe they saw that she was alone. I don't know. It's a good possibility, Ed. Very good possibility. Time Traveler says, I just looked up Tilio racetrack. So horse racetrack with large park nearby with soccer fields and ramadas and children's playground, just like Will said in previous reading. Yeah. Door eating. Don't tell me what to do. I'm just joking. Cornelia says, not Tommaso. I don't know how you say this guy's name, but and Annie, not wealthy. No, but they could have used. They don't have money. They need money. I'm sure they're in the mother's will, and that house alone is worth. Don't forget, Nancy's husband also passed away, and he was some big wig too. So I'm sure there was a life insurance policy there. I'm sure she gets money from somewhere. I know she's wrote some books or whatever. She's also got a very rich daughter, right? That house alone is worth over $1 million. So half of that, or a third of that, plus any other monies and stuff that she owns, we don't know. You know what I mean? That makes it even more suspicious to me that they're not. I don't think that they're living within their means. That's just my opinion. Just my opinion. Tammy says, just stumbled across you. You were right on 2 to 3 days ago when you did your reading about it possibly being her own car that they used. Yeah. I don't think whoever took her, whoever that is, I don't think they used their own vehicle. I think they used hers. Right? Somebody smokes the green. I never have. I mean, almost everybody I know does. So I don't judge. I don't judge. I've never smoked that stuff, but I'm crazy enough without it. So, but I hear my son says to me all the time, Mom, have a green. You're too wound up. No, thank you. Because my son smokes it, but I don't judge. So that's why it pisses me off when people come in here. Oh, she's a smoker. So what? Like it's a crime to smoke? Angel says, where is Breakers Water Park location that has closed down? No, I heard she was dumped in the bushes there by another channel. We don't talk about other channels. But a lot of my subscribers here have also brought up that area. So we can go and check that out if you guys want. Let me know. If you want me to, I can bring up maps again and go and see where that is, if you guys want me to do that. Thank you, Louise. Louise Riviera. It's her YouTube channel. She wants to smoke and walk around the house with just a t-shirt and one sock on. It's her business. Thank you. Time travelers is lots worse things than smoking. Yeah, like somebody kidnapping an 84-year-old woman. Like being rude, hurting people so my feelings aren't hurt. It takes a lot to hurt my feelings, that's for sure. I just ignore, you know what I mean? Like, bye. And unfortunately for him, this is my channel where I can just block him. And that's what I do. Bye-bye. But thank you for that, time traveler. Eddie on Fox 69. Oh, look at you. The lady sounds like she's been smoking since 12. No, I was 14 when I started smoking. Let's get the facts right here. If you're going to, comment on my smoking, sounds like she's in her late 70s. No, I just turned 62. Does she have health issues like Nancy? No, thank God. Every day I thank God. But you know what, Eddie? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. She's NG, lived there for years. Yeah, Nancy Guthrie has lived in her house for, oh my God, I think they said she bought it back in the 80s. AG and spouse just purchased their house last year. Yes. Facts right there. Thank you, Peak. Facts right there. Karen says, Eddie, get lost. He's gone. Cindy, awake and not afraid, says she's a smoker too. It's our way of handling anxiety. Me, it's just a habit. I tried to quit, but then shit happened and it doesn't matter. I don't have to explain to nobody why I do something that's legal. But right, piss off. Thank you, Cindy. My Crime Time says, I did a deep dive on Tomas and band member best friend. Now he is a perfect CO defendant. Nice. I'm trying to get these headphones off now. Susan says, wish you were my neighbor. I love Canadians and I'm a smoker. Oh, that I got my good cup of coffee right here. Here's my coffee. Thank you. Oh, there's Des. Des says, I'm a smoker too. There you go. Okay, let's not make this about smoking, you guys. Don't give them the mods will get rid of them. Whoever wants to comment on my smoking, you're not here for the right reasons. Piss off. You're gone. Mods, you have my permission to ban them. Not just remove the comment, ban them. Gemini says, first time here. I love your style. Well, thank you. Thank you. Why didn't they pay for the recording subscription for the cameras? I don't know. That's a good question. That is a very good question. Ellie, I don't think that they ever thought. I think, if you want my honest opinion, you guys, I think the camera at the front door was more for Nancy to be able to see if there's somebody ringing her bell, that she could see who was there before having to get up and make it to the door. Don't forget, she had problems with walking, right? So I think it was more for her to be able to see who's there before she got up to go to the door. You know what I mean? That's what I think it is. And that's why I think, because it wasn't a very high crime area, that's why they didn't get a subscription. That's just my opinion. Just my opinion. And David Ashton says, I'm smoking a cigarette right now. I'm jealous. I'm jealous. I'm not smoking one right now. Can't smoke and talk at the same time. But thank you guys. Okay, let me just scroll all the way down. Okay, so please shouldn't have told that no prescription. Card says, well, above beyond, bandmate was charged with burglary. Oh, I just scrolled down to the bottom, you guys. Okay, Card Shop MD says, Willow, above and beyond, the bandmate was charged with burglary and embezzlement. Also, who would need a van to haul the equipment? Good point. Good point. Des says, I have a Nest and it connects to Google Home, and instead of a doorbell ring, you get a notification on your phone. And I do believe that they said that there was a notification because they have her phone, and they said that there was a notification sent to her phone of the camera picking up something in the backyard or something along them lines. I've read so much this morning, you guys, I can't keep up. Because I've got the cards, so you can see the cards. Cornelius. And you don't want to see this face, right? I'm in my pajamas. My hair is up in a ponytail, like it usually is. I scared myself when I looked in the mirror this morning. Like, no makeup, no nothing on this face today. I'm tired. I had a bad day yesterday. I've already done that. Go check out the last reading. And I just, earlier in this video, I went over where I think that she could have been dumped. Okay. Okay. So we are going to get to the questions. I've already shuffled and cleared the cards. And I'm going to say, if you guys have a question that you want me to ask the cards, you put it in the chat, and make sure you put a capital Q beside, so I know that you have a question. Okay, let me just get rid of this so I can put this over here. Viewer activity. Ing, thank you for your $10 super chat. I just seen that now. I had to pull up. I lost my chat. So the chat that I have on my screen on my restream refreshed. So I only had a few. And I didn't get to see yours. But now that I've got my YouTube studio open, I can see that you put in a $10 super chat. So thank you, Ing, for your $10 super chat. I appreciate it. Philip. Philip says, I'm into metaphysics. I like you. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, so let me get back over here to where the questions are starting. I'm going to be taking questions. Like I said, you can see what's running across the bottom. Put a Q before your questions. Super chats are going to take priority. I'm going to go through the ones who have put a Q beside, and we will see if those questions have already been answered or not. So I'm going to go for the ones that haven't been answered yet. Okay, so let me start up here. One sec, you guys. You guys, people like that, just block them. Don't time them out. Block them. Okay, thank you again for that, Philip. Okay, so let's see here. I'm trying to get to where the questions start. And like I said, if the questions have already been answered, you guys, okay, question. Do you think she's still alive? No. I do not think there was a neighbor involved. Yes, it has been said already that she was at her daughter's. Okay. Let's ask. That's a good question. All right. EFH wants to know, did the police know when they first went to her house that she was deceased? Yes. Uplifts your spirit, easy to do, light work. Okay. Let me just pull my chair in a bit here, you guys. Okay. So it's saying that yes, that when they went to her house, they knew that she was deceased. Probably because of something they seen inside. Let me just get my glasses on here. Why? Because of the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is, they're confident that this was something that was emotional. So this is somebody that knew her. This is somebody who had an emotional involvement with her. Maria Morrison wants to know, does Annie know something? Does Annie know? Yes. Okay. So they're saying Annie knows something. Oops. Let's get some clarification on it, please. Does Annie know something? It says yes. King of Pentacles. Smooth talker, risk taker. That's who this guy is. So somebody took a risk and she knows that this was a risk. I think she knows that he did this. or she has a pretty good idea. Okay, because the King of Pentacles is somebody who's like a smooth talker, a risk taker, takes a lot of risks. And I think that this was a risk that he took. And he figured that this was worth it, that they were going to get some money out of it. So, again, this is just what the cards are saying, you guys. You guys can stay-at-home mom detective. Just one question at a time, because this is a multiple, so I'll only have to take one. Is this motivated by a will, trust? Maybe somebody was recently removed from. So does this have to do with... Feels right. Good idea. Let's get a clarification on that. So did they feel either way that they were going to get money? If this is the son-in-law, okay? I'm going to say that right now. If this is the son-in-law that's behind all this, either way, whether they paid the ransom or she's deceased, he's going to get money, right? Well, him and Annie. And just keep in mind, you guys, even if they were to pay the ransom, she's not going to be alive because she would be able to ID them. Okay, but let's get a clarification on, there it is. The Queen of Swords in reverse. This is somebody who's unfaithful, plays a lot of games, and is not to be trusted. So is that maybe what the argument, how the argument was this brought up about somebody being unfaithful? Maybe being cut out of a will because of being unfaithful, right? Oops. Tons of questions here, you guys. So like I said, I can't answer all of them. The super chat ones will take priority. Joanne, do you have a question? Thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Do you have a question to go along with that? Thank you so much. Card Shop says, let's say you're 100% correct. That means she updated her will recently. I wonder, is her will can be pulled up, right? True Crime said, what strikes me is they had dinner that night and played board games. And she goes missing that night as well. They waited until Savannah went back home to put this plan forward. Very possible. I'm waiting to see if Joanna has a question she would like me to answer for her super chat. Okay, thank you, Joanna. Okay, let me get back to the list over here. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. David says, I heard that there was a fire somewhere in town at the same time this case broke. Do you think it has anything to do with her? I don't know. I didn't hear about that. Time Traveler says, I heard some people in the neighborhood have trail cameras up to see the javelina, bobcats, and coyotes walking all around. Maybe one of those caught. Maybe. There she is. Welcome back, beautiful. Okay, Card Shop MD wants to know if who's oh, he was in a band, right? If I'm remembering correctly. The son-in-law, I believe that you're talking about. Are the bandmates involved in this kidnapping? Let's say, are any of the bandmates, I don't know how many are in the band, but are any of the bandmates that no? Let's see what the clarification is on this. Let me just check and make sure here, you guys. Here's a clarification. We got the hangman. The hangman in the upright, this is somebody who's really confused. So I think that the band members are really confused because of everything that's coming out. And the hangman upright like this is exactly what this means. It's like, best to leave this alone. They're not going to comment on it at all right now. They're feeling it's best just to leave this alone because they're still confused. Like, could he have done this? Right? So this is confusion, and it's best just to leave things alone right now. So I think they're trying to separate themselves as fast and as far from him as they can right now. It'd be interesting to know what they are doing. You do have the ability to block, Nana. Hang on a sec. I can't change it right now. I don't know what's going on with this right now. Just keep timing them out. Time them out for hundreds of minutes. We're going to be wrapping up soon anyway, so Charlotte says, is the son-in-law the main suspect? Is the son-in-law the main suspect? Let's see. Look at, yes. One flipped. Let me just check. Yep, right here. And this is the 5 of Wands. In the upright, this is my bully card. Okay, so we got the 5 of Wands. So the question was, is the son-in-law the main suspect? I got the 5 of Wands in reverse. The 5 of Wands in reverse is somebody trying to avoid something. What are they trying to avoid? So is this, I did that, you guys. Is this right now him trying to avoid any media coverage? Like, we haven't seen him, right, on camera. He hasn't been with the family when they've been making their pleas or anything. And then we've got the 7 of Wands. I'm the underdog. I have something to prove. That's really weird, you guys. So we got the 5 of Wands. We got, yes, he's the main suspect. We've got the 5 of Wands that tells us that he's trying to avoid something. And I feel like this is all the media and everything. He's trying to avoid it all. And then we got the 7 of Wands that comes in. And this is like, I'm the underdog. I've got nothing to prove. Or this is trying to prove something to somebody else, like, or maybe even to himself. Right? So thank you very much for that, Charlotte. Let's see what else is here. Yeah, you guys just keep, I don't know what's going on with YouTube lately, but they've done a lot of messing around with YouTube, and it's changed all my settings and everything. So thank you for that, Charlotte. Good. Karen in Texas. Was anything of value taken from Nancy's house? Was anything of value? Yes. Hot opportunity. So something was taken besides Nancy. Whoops. And let's see. Got the 7 of Cups. This is somebody who's, look at, there's so many things. If we look at this in the upright, right, with the cups, cups are emotion. Cups are water, emotions, right? These are all the things that in the upright that he's looking towards and thinking about all these things. In the reverse with the 7, oh my God, I can't even see. With the 7 of Cups, it's almost like lying for somebody's own good. Like they have a motive to lie. It says, was anything of value taken? Yes. And then they have a motive to lie about something. Why? What was that motive that they had to lie? So are they going to be maybe caught with something that they shouldn't have? There it is. Four of Swords. This has come out a lot. I'm not going to take no for an answer. I believe that he did take something of value. And I think it's going to be something that they haven't really noticed missing yet. It has something of value. And it's coming back to this Four of Swords. This has come out in every read that I've done, the Four of Swords. This is like, I'm not taking no for an answer. I don't like that answer. No, it's not in my vocabulary. If you don't give it, I'm going to take it. So I do believe that there's something of value that has been taken from the house that they haven't told us about yet. Nana says, I used 24-hour timeout. Good show, Nana. Nana's putting her foot down. So are my other mods. Be nice or you're gone. And don't worry, I'll go through the chat later and see. And I will make sure they're all blocked. But I've got to fix all my settings here, you guys. I know there's a couple mods that can't even do anything for some reason. I don't know. I don't know what YouTube did, but they did something. I see another one here. Let me just get to it. What is the history of SIL before 26 when married? Citizen by marriage from Italy, I believe. SIL. What is SIL? I'm not sure I'm following you there, Owls a hootin'. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I don't know who SILB. What is history of SIL before 2006 when married? Citizen by marriage from Italy, I believe. I don't know what you mean. Oh, son-in-law. I don't know if I can get like history. What is history of son-in-law before 2006? Let's see if we can get, can you guys please tell us about Nancy's son-in-law? What was he like before he married Annie? Tell us about him. Give us a couple cards. There's two. Let's take them. So we got the Six of Cups. This is somebody that continuously goes back and forth with the present and the past. So it's almost like he's trying to relive something from his past. And the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. The Eight of Pentacles in reverse is like a lack of reward for the effort that I've given. And it's almost like this happened to me before and it's happening again. So I do feel like in the past, before he even married Nancy, I feel like he didn't feel that he was even given, that he was given the monetary value of his work or what he expected to get from situations. And I think that this goes right back to long ago, that he's never felt like he was given what he deserved for what he's done. And I think this happened in this case, like with Nancy and the family there, dynamic there. And I think it happened back in his younger years also. So hopefully that answers your question, Owls a hootin'. Okay. going to go down to... Thank you, Cindy. There's no question there, so... Leslie. Hello, Leslie. Get these out. Let me just unplug these headphones, you guys, and get them out of the way because they're in my way. I'm going to end up knocking them. Okay, Leslie, I just joined from Arkansas. Are you talking about the son-in-law? How is Savannah dealing with her sister about the rumors? Okay, so let's ask that. Right? You just unplugged the device from, and that's gone. I don't know where that went. Okay. So let's see. How is Savannah dealing with her sister about the rumors of the son-in-law's involvement, maybe? How is she dealing with them? We got the strength in reverse. It's almost like you're your own worst enemy. Things that you're saying or doing. And then we got the devil. Ooh, a lot of resentment and negativity. I believe that Savannah is really questioning the son-in-law, her brother-in-law too, because we got the strength in reverse, and the strength in reverse is telling me it's like you abused your power and you're your own worst enemy, right? And then we got the devil coming in on that too. This is like, you're toxic. I resent this, and this is a lot of negativity. So I don't think she's taking it very well, and I think she's really questioning if he's involved or not. So thank you for your question, Leslie. I've got another one here I gotta get to. Okay, Cindy wants to know, was Nancy's wedding ring diamond stolen? The police might not know if she was even wearing it. Okay, was Nancy's... I'm just getting yes. I don't know if it was taken from the house or taken off of her. Like, I don't know if that's something until they find her. Like, if she continuously wore it, and then when they do find her, she doesn't have it. Right? And I would assume they would take it anyway, but we got the Page of Swords in reverse. Scared of retaliation. So whoever's done this, they're scared. I don't know if they're going to try and pawn that ring, maybe. But this person right now is very scared of retaliation too. Not only from the family, but from others. So I do think that they did take it. Now, whether that was taken from the house or if it was taken off of her, we will only know. Like, I'm sure like Savannah and them would know where she would keep those things, or if she wore it all the time, right? And we're only going to know once she's found. Okay, you guys, I'm going to wrap it up. We've been here for almost 2 hours. So I'm going to wrap it up. If anything else comes and breaks, I'm going to jump back on. Okay, so I am going to tell you right now that I do feel, and I'm going to ask this, is there going to be, are we going to find out what happened to Nancy this weekend? Because I feel like, two came out, so I'm not going to take either one. In the reads, it had stated that we were going to find out very soon, very shortly. And I felt by the end of the weekend. So I'm going to ask this final question. Please, no more questions, you guys. Is this going to come out? That's kind of like, I don't know. So I want one up and down, please. Yes or no? Are we going to find out what happened? Here we go. No. So it doesn't look, we may only end up finding out Monday, Tuesday, but I know it's not going to be long, you guys. It said it in the cards. This is not going to be carried out like weeks or a month, or we're going to find out shortly. Although this says that we're not going to know anything this weekend. Hopefully that's wrong. Hopefully it's wrong. And if it is wrong, because I still feel like we're going to know by the end of the weekend what's going on. Maybe we'll do another read on Monday or Tuesday. I'm going to do mini reads tomorrow. If you guys want your very own mini read, come on in and see us tomorrow. I'll probably go live at around 11, 12 o'clock. That seems to be a good time for everybody. So if you want your very own mini read, come and see me tomorrow. We'll be here 11 or 12 tomorrow, Eastern, 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. Come on in and get your very own mini read. Okay. So with that being said, you guys, if something does pop off, I will jump back on live and get you guys caught up. I want to get caught up on everything. I want to watch these videos, and I want the ones where they were scoping out the house, because I believe that they were looking for the keys for the car. And I think that was something that was in this last note. Like they said, there was no more ransom. There was no threats, no nothing like that. But they said something in there to bring them back looking. And I think it was the keys for that car. Okay. So tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern, between 11 and 12 a.m. Eastern, I'll be back here to do mini reads for you guys. If you want a mini read of your own, you can come in and ask a question, whatever. And we'll see from there. Okay, so if I don't see you guys later today, thank you, mods. You guys are awesome. I love you too, Rose. I love all you guys. Kate, Nana, everybody. I love you guys. Please take care of yourself. Please stay safe. You're very welcome, Lisa. And thank you for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please take care of yourselves. Please stay safe. Love you too, sis. There's Des. Very welcome, Tammy. So I'll end it like I always do. Please take care of yourselves. Please stay safe. Always be aware of your surroundings. I love you guys to the moon and back. Bye-bye.